Hello, welcome to Above Deck, a below deck breakdown podcast. I'm Sarah Goldman, a photographer coming to you from my home office in Charleston, South Carolina. And with me is my college roommate and co-host, Kelly.
Hi, I'm Kelly Busby, a former radio host and really feeling the time change today. Coming to you from my home studio in Columbus. Together, Sarah and I hosted the Socks with Sandals radio show on WFAL in Bowling Green, Ohio. And we are back at it again this week to discuss Below Deck and our love of all things Bravo.
So before we get into this week's episode, if you've been listening a long time and you've never gotten around to rating and reviewing Above Deck on your favorite podcast app, please just take a minute and do it. You can pause it and come back to this. We're so close to having 100 reviews on Apple in the United States, and I would love to reach that milestone this month. And on Spotify and other apps, you can just do a star rating, but on Apple, you can actually write something, and it's super fun for Kelly and I to go and read what people have to say, and also helps prospective listeners decide whether they want to listen or not. So it really helps us out. And as a bonus, if you send us a screenshot of your 5-star review on any of the apps, we will mail you an Above Deck sticker. Anywhere in the world, I might add. I just mailed some stickers yesterday, so if you've been waiting for a couple weeks, it's on the way. And thank you in advance, and back to our regularly scheduled programming.
Do you have one of the stickers with you on your water bottle?
I can get one.
Don't you have one on your water bottle?
Oh, yeah. Hello.
Let's show them what the sticker looks like.
There you go.
It's so fancy. Like, I love that sticker.
I do too. It's such a good logo. Love it.
I put it everywhere.
Yeah, same.
So today we'll be discussing Below Deck Season 11, Episode 6, Love Me Tender.
Here's your recap. Kat continues to struggle despite support from the captain and crew. The guests play beach volleyball with the crew, and Anthony serves a 5-course Italian feast. Kyle and Jared get into an argument on the night off, and Captain Kerry is woken up. Kelly, how'd you feel about this episode?
It started out kind of normal, and then it ended really hot. And so, I don't ever want to see Captain Kerry mad again.
No.
Ever.
You predicted this last episode, too.
So we did learn some interesting things about Eileen, one of the charter guests. So, yeah. So speaking of.
Yeah, so when the episode starts out, they've just woken up. I guess it's the second day of the charter. Eileen is looking fresh as a daisy, despite the goings on.
Never happened.
Everyone's talking about her big spill out of the hot tub last night. Jared
was impressive.
What'd you say?
I said it was impressive.
It was. Jared talks to Captain Kerry about Eileen's drinking, and Kerry kind of asks him to keep an eye on her. Like, don't let her get on the jet ski if she's been drinking, etc. And Kerry shares that there was one time he had to tie a guest up with duct tape.
I would like to hear more about this story, please, Captain. So if you could drop us little details, that'd be great. So during the recap of the show on Bravo of the last episode, they mentioned while they were reading the preference sheet that Tina doesn't like the smell of glassware.
Yeah.
So maybe she can smell the soap or something that they use to clean it. It's very interesting. I still want more. But if we could do something goofy like that on our sheets, what would it be? And it would have to be something that we could really pull off. Like, what would we want to do?
I would need very fresh smelling linens and towels. Like,
not Febreze scented, but
no, like freshly laundered, lots of like strong smelling laundry detergent, dryer sheets, Bounce, whatever, Snuggle, fabric softener. I want all of the smells, and I want it super fresh. I really hate when I stay at someone's house and their towels smell kind of mildewy or something. You know, like if they don't dry them enough. That's a pet peeve of mine.
Yeah. Okay, well, note to self, buy new towels before Sarah gets here.
Okay.
You never know, right? You never know. I think that would be fun. I think also, like, I feel like I would need a new fork for every time I ate something.
Oh, really?
Or just something goofy. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Oh, yours is like kind of made up. Mine's real.
Yours is real. Mine is kind of made up.
Okay.
But I don't know. Like, there's something, I don't know.
Yeah. Although, have you ever gotten a glass out of the cabinet and it's like kind of sour smelling, like your dishwasher doesn't smell good. So
Ugh,
I get
yeah.
that. That's terrible.
Yeah.
That's disgusting. That's like run bleach through the dishwasher, whatever, clean out the trap. Anyway, so I don't know what the smell is, but if it's that, I feel it. So the crew's getting ready for the beach setup and volleyball day. And it's breakfast time, French toast, which they are calling Tina toast. I loved when they focused on Tina's face. Fraser tells her what's for breakfast. It's just like nothing.
Good God, man. Did she get too much Botox before she went? Maybe she can't smile.
She looks
Did we
so
ever think of that?
grumpy. I'm gonna need you to help me think of some good memes for her face for that. Like her responding to various prompts, and that's her reaction.
Okay. I'm thinking about it.
Okay. So Eileen tells Tina she played volleyball in college, but she's had so much champagne that it's unclear whether it's true or not.
She said she played for a Big Ten school.
Okay.
Now, I've done some detective work. Not real thick detective work, but a little bit.
Okay.
So, she says she played for a Big Ten school, and she played on the Chicago team. So she may have gone and played for Northwestern.
Okay, could be.
And that's not an easy thing to do, and she's not very tall. So as a volleyball mom, these are the things that I know. I mean, okay, so she's not very tall, but she's probably like our height, right?
Okay.
So she's probably played the back row as a defense specialist, also known as a DS. So when she was playing in the back row when we saw her playing on the beach. This is what I noticed. So anyway.
Okay, look at you.
I hope it is true. That'd be really cool.
That would be cool. So Kerry invites Kat to use the eFoil today, and Barbie's kind of annoyed because she knows Kat needs some saltwater therapy.
Yeah, I mean, that's a huge step for Barbie because she could have totally thrown a fit, but she was supportive, and it was hard for her to do that, but she did it.
Yeah, that's true. So the guests head to the beach. Oh my gosh, Fraser is going to play beach volleyball. I did not think this was going to happen. I think he did it just to prove to Captain Sandy that last year he really was injured, and that's why he couldn't participate in the team building beach volleyball activity.
There was also shade on this court, just saying. But so proud of you, Fraser, for getting out there.
Yes, he is very sporty. You know, he's a big Soul Cycle guy and a skier. He's very sporty. So we have Team Chicago in green and then Team Crop Top Iowa in gray. And Ben, Fraser, and Jared are playing with them. And then Sunny and Sandy are the refs.
So fun.
So while this is going on, Kat gets to do the eFoil with Captain Kerry, and she absolutely loves it. Has a great time.
Captain Kerry looked like a happy dad. Like he was so proud of her, like cheering her on. And they look so hard but fun at the same time. And all I could do is think of Captain Glenn last season of Sailing Yacht, just flying around on those things all over the place.
You. But it's nice that he did this because he knows she feels like she's not fitting in. She's very emotional, and this is like giving her a very special thing to do, and that's really nice. So Barbie doesn't get a break because there's just too much to do before the guests come back to the boat. But however, she did spend a lot of time telling people how tired she was and how much she had to do while she was standing around in that pantry area.
Yeah.
Could just be the editing.
Yeah. And I have a friend at my day job that says those who tell you that they are very busy are never truly that busy. Or they could just have naughty editors. So I don't know.
Yeah, it's hard to say. So Anthony's working very hard on this dinner. It's going to be 5 courses, Italian
so excited.
Food. Barbie sets a beautiful table, and Fraser's very happy, and they seem to be getting along well. Oh, wait, scratch that. What? There's a passive-aggressive comment about the cutlery or the napkins or something. So
Barbie, come on, girl.
That didn't last long. Fraser is confiding in Anthony about, what just happened, and Anthony says he's glad he works alone in his department.
The producers did a very nice Camille flashback montage from last season. What a good reminder of the kind of people he gets to work with.
So
very sweet but goofy.
Yeah. Dinner's going well. The guests are happy. Tina eats out of a glass, and she says she's not mad about it.
All right, Tina, baby steps, girl. We got this.
Sandy shares that she was married to her high school sweetheart. They were only married for 1 year because her dad and his mom had an affair. And that marriage her marriage was severely damaged by that whole affair situation. This is so crazy. Between that and Anthony's uncle with his, what?
So sad.
Yeah.
And odd.
Yeah. A lot of these crew have like gotten married very young. That's kind of different. So Barbie shares with the guests her past sales jobs. She sold golf balls, hair straighteners, and finance on Wall Street. And Eileen, slurring her words, says, "Why did you have that horrible job? You hit rock bottom."
Hello, Pat. This is Kettle. Okay, I'm not trying to be a jerk, but how do you sell finance? Like, because finance is like, it's not tangible. I don't think. I don't know, but
I mean,
if she was a trader, she would have had to been like really. She had license. You have to go through a lot of training and all that kind of fun stuff. I'm just curious. I'm not trying to be a jerk. I
have no clue. This is not my area of expertise. So Kerry joins them for dessert, and they ask him how many boats he's sunk. This is a rude question.
So rude, but he handled it very well.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
I did like how he said there's captains who have run aground and then those that lie about it.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've said this before, but in the scuba diving community, we say there's divers that pee in their wetsuits and those that lie about it. And it warms you up underwater just for a minute. Anyway. So everyone heads to bed. Jared is texting his ex, still trying to get through to his daughter with no luck.
Heartbreaking.
The next day, it's the anniversary of Anthony's dad's passing, and Fraser tells him he's there for him. Barbie is also doing the same thing. Anthony's dad only ever got to see him as a waiter, never got to see him as a chef on super yachts. And they had this big goal to open a restaurant in Miami.
I have to believe that his dad is with him along his entire journey. And I was crying during this portion because Fraser's talking about his dad and how he almost lost him and just the support. And it was just lovely. It really was lovely. And just seeing how everybody's there for him was really nice.
It was nice. So the docking. Jared is not doing well with the distance calling. He's giving him like starboard, but he needs port or vice versa. And Captain Kerry's not happy.
What the heck is going on there? He was saying 35 meters. I'm like, I know for a fact that is not 35 meters.
No.
Like, you're not that far away.
Yeah. So the guests depart. Tina said everything was amazing. Still no smile.
Amazing.
And she says, "We'll be back." Great.
Can't wait.
Kerry talks to Jared, and Jared thinks the docking went well. He has no clue that Kerry is not happy. Dog's barking?
No, I'm just trying to figure out like what he's talking about.
Right. Kerry is worried because Jared doesn't have what it takes to be bosun.
Kerry's eyes when said it all. Jared said, "I feel great. I think it went really well." And then I thought Kerry's eyes were going to pop out of his head. They got so big. He was like, "Really?
Excuse me?" Let's back up. I was looking back at the picture we posted of like all the cast pictures when the season was announced.
Yeah.
Jared is not in there. Like, I knew there was 1 or 2 people missing, but I just went back and looked, and Jared is not in there. So maybe when they took those photos, maybe he was gone by then. Just a thought.
Wow. Okay.
So we'll see. Okay, the tip meeting. $26,000.
Nice. Very.
Ben takes Sunny for a tender lesson. This is nice. That night they decide to have a girls' night out and a boys' night out.
Neat. I like that. I don't think that's been done.
I think this was good. I also wonder if Barbie suggested this like for Kat a little bit. Kind of like
so that would be really
smaller and like make her feel more included.
Yeah.
On the girls' night out, we learned that Barbie was also married young. And
Wow.
she's actually still legally married and they are friends.
I'm sorry, what?
She said they just hadn't gone around to the paperwork yet.
Right.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
On the boys' night out, Ben orders a pina colada, our favorite.
Love.
Anthony leaves the table and Fraser says, Chef never sleeps. We really need to help him on the next charter, do stuff for him. And Jared, who has had many coronas at this point, gets very defensive. And is this a red flag for Fraser?
Where's the red flag guy when you need him? Have you seen this guy on Instagram?
No.
It's at Dustin Pointner, but
Okay.
it's Poytner. And he has the red flags and he'll be running around. He'll watch videos like this. And then he'll say, sir, as he's running across the screen, male constituents across the screen. He also does green flags too. So it's very nice. But yeah, I feel like the red flag guy should have jumped in at this point, just popped up in Grenada and told him what was going on. But yeah, Jared was so defensive. He just jumped in so fast on Fraser. Yeah. And it wasn't good. And on Sandy's boat, didn't she have the deck crew as responsible for the crew mess? So at least for the crew mess. So
yeah, I think what Fraser was saying is like, get in there and like wash dishes, and stuff for, in the galley. I think that's what he meant. So,
and I think
any way he can.
It would just be nice if they did help. They don't do much outside of
we're not seeing as much dishwashing as we have on other seasons, for sure.
Yeah. Well, because it's a male chef.
Interesting. So everyone meets up at the bar that the girls are at. There's more drinking, dancing. Kat calls her best friend and says she's lonely and she's just not vibing with anyone. Again, with this, she just had a fun night out with the girls, I thought, and Captain just, did some special for her. And Fraser just praised her, told her how well she did this charter. So this really surprised me.
So this is the third charter? Second charter?
At least the third. Yeah.
So I feel like she's not trying. She's not trying to include herself in things, and maybe the alcohol's making it worse, but she's just not trying to connect with anybody.
Mm-hmm.
And so, everybody's doing their thing and she's not trying to and maybe she just doesn't feel like she can, but
yeah.
Come on, girl, get in there. Do it.
I know, just make it happen.
Yeah.
So back to the boat. Fraser's joining everyone in the hot tub for once. And everyone is being noisy. They're keeping Captain Kerry up.
This evening is not going to end well in any way, shape, or form. Except for Ben and Sunny.
Yeah. Who have a very happy ending. They drop anchor in the shower. Barbie wants to watch Home Alone with Kyle. I thought that was cute.
It was super cute. This was an interesting end of the night.
I know. Kyle's been smoking a pipe, I guess, in the hot tub, and there's tobacco all over the deck. And Jared is kind of helping him clean it up. And I'm impressed that Jared can clean when he's that drunk. And Kyle heads to Barbie's room, and Jared is like looking for him. Yeah. And he finds them, he throws his tobacco pouch at him, and then Jared goes to his room, puts on his PJs, and then he goes back to Barbie's room again and to tell Kyle to clean up some more. This is so weird. Then Jared's like back up, he's stomping around, he's yelling by himself. And then he's back down to the cabin again, and he wants to have a chat with Kyle. So they sit down in the crew mess, and Captain Kerry wakes up, comes down to see what's going on because he can hear them like 2 levels up. And this is where the episode ends.
So Kyle was not being insubordinate at all. He was like, I agree with you. I understand. I mean, he's trying to brush his teeth. The guy's not letting him brush his teeth. And I mean, I could understand if he was like fighting with him, but he wasn't. He was very agreeable to it. And so Jared just kept getting louder and louder. It was just weird. But so it's just not good. It's not good at all.
No. So it'd be interesting to see what happens next week. I think Jared could be gone in the next episode. What do you think?
I think that's right. I think we'll have to go back and listen. Who did we think was going to be let go?
We were predicting either Barbie or Kat. Probably
I
Kat.
think I said Kyle.
Oh, did you say Kyle? Oh, yeah. We said it a long time ago.
Yeah.
And yeah, we did think Jared. So,
All right.
see.
Well, on a happier note, it is time for our segment, Fraser's Phrases. All right, Sarah, which of these
Okay.
Fraser quotes were your favorite from this week?
Okay.
Number 1, these people are insufferable. Number 2, such an awkward looking thing, like 2 broken camels. Number 3, I want some cheerleading songs like oh oh Ohio Iowa. Okay, I don't know, but anyway. Number 4, back to the boat, follow with the beer. And number 5, at 15, I deposited my penis onto a woman's vagina, and it was a hard decline.
Oh my gosh. I couldn't believe he said that. They're all great, but I really liked the cheerleading songs that
Yeah.
Ohio, and they said, don't do that, or so they said, like, you don't
You're
need
like,
to
no.
sing.
Oh,
So,
Fraser, keep them up. We love them.
yes. Well, let's take a break, and when we come back, we will discuss the Traitors season finale and reunion.
We are going to start, instead of hot tub combo this week, we're doing a little Traitors discussion. So here we go.
So excited. Okay, you had a question.
I have a question. So do you think the cast members are laughing so hard when Alan finishes a scene? Because I kept thinking about how during filming, they don't have the dramatic music that we get to experience in each scene. It's just dead quiet on set, I'm sure. So I just think it would be so much fun to be behind the scenes and to get to see how they all react.
Oh, I would love a whole episode of just outtakes.
Yes. Oh, that would be
Yeah, I
amazing.
bet there's a lot of laughing for sure.
I am going to try and find us some snuggies. I have a project.
Okay. Sounds great.
So,
I love to snuggle.
yeah.
Okay, let's talk about the mission.
Wow. That was cool.
Yeah,
It was
like,
intense.
It was like Goonies, kind of. It was a treasure hunt. It was cool.
So we had Sheree.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Wait, is Sheree still there? Yeah.
No, with Sandra, we had Kat,
MJ,
Kate, MJ, Trishelle,
and
CT.
Yeah.
So Sheree was gone.
Oh, okay.
And so we had
that morning. Okay.
A Shaw, we had a housewife, and we had
two gamers.
2 gamers, and then Kate. So
yeah, and
very below deck friend. So it was a very athletic challenge this time, and they were doing these little detours.
He's an incredible competitor. Like, he's so athletic. And
yeah, and for him saying he's been out of it for a minute, okay.
Yeah.
Like, I don't believe you, but all right.
I would have skipped one of those missions, like one of the $5,000 ones, because time was of the essence. I also thought that they had to swim to the boat.
So did I.
Which was not the case.
I'm like, y'all got to get there. Let's go. CT was calling Kate Twinkle Toes during the mission while she was trying to explain like what the detour was with the rock, and she's like, so it's a rock with like a baby rock next to it with like a cut in it. Come on, Twinkle Toes.
Yeah, that was really funny. But yeah, that was exciting. So actually, I don't remember the order of this, but for the last murder, Kate chooses, she has to choose between Trishelle and Sheree, or that's who she has to choose between.
Yeah.
How different would the ending of all of this been if she had chosen Trishelle to be murdered, instead of Sheree?
I probably would have been a very happy person.
So
sorry. I've never been a big fan of her.
No.
Even back when she was on TV, like Real World Road Rules days. That's just me.
Yeah. Oh, of Trishelle, you mean?
Yes.
Yeah. A lot of people are not loving her. So CT, Trishelle, and Sandra make a plan to vote for Kate at the round table. And right before the vote, it's just chaos in the castle. CT says everyone's telling people like what they want to hear, and it's creating a lot of confusion. Everyone's saying like crazy things because it's the last ditch effort to stay till the end. I loved CT's scarf that he wore.
Yes. very complimentary to him.
Yeah, it looked great. So at the round table, CT votes for Sandra. This is not the plan. So does
Yeah.
Trishelle. Like, what happened to the plan?
Yeah. And when the banishment does happen, wow. I the amount of like wows and OS and all this stuff that I was writing while I was watching this, I could not get over. This did not go as straight and forward as I thought it was going to.
No.
This whole thing.
So after this, they go to the Fire of Truth. I had kind of forgotten how this went compared to last year.
So what happens is everybody gets 2 satchels of flames, I guess. I don't know, coloring. And if you decide that you think that they don't need to vote again for banishment, you give Alan the green color. And if it's red, if anybody has red, even just one person, they have to vote again.
Yeah.
So this whole thing reminded me of when the Cardinals pick a new pope. Like, what color's the smoke? Do we have to vote again?
I don't think I've ever watched that before. That's cool. Maybe that's where they got the idea.
Yeah, kind of fun.
So at the first round where they vote whether they're going to banish again and Kate votes to banish again, this gave her away like right off the bat because, I mean, I don't know that they had any doubt that she wasn't a traitor, but we know there's at least one more traitor because Sheree was murdered last night.
Right. Right. So they had lots of rounds of banishment votes. So Kate goes in the first one.
Yeah.
And so they're down to 3.
Everybody votes for Kate. Yeah.
Right. And then, so then the second round, it's the 3 of them voting and they all vote for each other.
Right. Yeah. And basically, right.
Trishelle voted for CT.
I know. That was so shocking.
Yeah.
I mean, my mouth dropped open, just like MJ's did, actually. This could have so backfired because what if MJ had also voted for CT? Then it would have been Trishelle and MJ splitting the money. But this was so crazy. And then the third round was because of the deadlock vote. Everyone votes the same except Trishelle changes her vote to MJ. Yeah.
I just, I did not like it, but I felt so bad for MJ. Because she's looking back and forth like, what? And her eyes are so big. And I just felt for her. I felt so sad for her.
She's so pure. Like she thought, they knew that they're all faithfuls. Like they're all going to win together.
Yeah.
But of course, that's what happened. What do you think was with Trishelle voting for CT? It felt a little like performative to me.
Oh, yeah. Oh, the whole thing. Like with the 2 of them.
There's no way she thought he was a traitor.
No.
I really don't.
Not at any point.
No. Like,
and for him to not be like,
like all of a sudden right at the end. That doesn't make sense.
Like when it counts. When it really counts. I will say though, I loved CT's happiness at the end. Like I love this CT. I love older, grounded father CT. I did not like CT when we first met him back on Real World. And he was in Real World Paris. So he was a scary individual then. Anyway,
I must not
be happy for CT.
Yeah, I must not have been watching the Real World at that point because I really don't remember him at all.
Yeah. He was crazy.
Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about the reunion. I love the recap of the season.
Yes.
What a great show. Just overall.
So good.
12 amazing episodes. Yeah. Trishelle looked like Katniss, the girl on fire in the first Hunger Games.
Katniss looked better, but anyway. Sorry. Sorry, I'm just messing. It's fine.
I love how Andy was trying to get Peter to say, that he's dating Ekin Sue. And he was not giving much. And so he just asked John, like, what the deal was. And John just puts it out there and spills the beans. So I was listening to an interview with Peter on Morgan's Pop Talks. And apparently there was more than one showmance that was going on in the castle. And like Peter would not give anything up about that either. And he said that information would be taken to the grave, probably for everybody there.
What do we think it is?
I have no idea.
Oh, Peter.
no idea. We're going to have to like really think about this process of elimination.
What if it was somebody with Alan?
Maybe. Probably not, though. I bet it was
Phaedra and CT with
they
her
were
castle
awfully
daddy.
cute, weren't they?
They were sweet.
Okay, so now I really want to watch Parvati and Sandra's Survivor seasons. I'm not a Survivor
yeah.
person, but I'm like really interested in.
Absolutely.
So I think they
I
both
might
had
get into that.
a separate season and then they played together like in some kind of winners Survivor thing. So anyway,
yeah, I want to see that.
that'll be a good binge. Phaedra is still so mad at Dan for outing her at the round table. And by the way, Dan really sucks. It is so irritating that he is still saying, oh, I was always 10 steps ahead. Whatever, dude. You were not that good.
Good luck. Good luck. Nice try.
Good luck. So long, farewell.
Yeah.
But it's interesting how seriously they all take the game, even now.
Yeah. Except John. It's just a game.
John.
It's just a game. And I feel like if Trishelle and CT were in MJ's shoes, they would have been acting that way to her.
Yeah.
Like the way that MJ was acting to them and just like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was watching somebody's little reel on Instagram. I think She's Speaking Bravo. I forget what her name is. And she was saying she doesn't believe for a second that Trishelle, like, you know, it's just a game, blah, blah, blah. Remember how upset Trishelle was, like, when she didn't get a shield or...
when CT didn't light her torch.
Didn't light her torch.
That could go a couple different ways. Just saying. Why she's upset about that. But anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Let's see. CT said he just didn't trust MJ. Now, I just wish these two would just admit that they wanted to split the money between the two of them and cut her out.
Yeah, I mean...
Like, quit saying you didn't trust her, you still thought there was a traitor, like, whatever.
I will say, though, what was interesting, CT said that he was giving her lots of compliments on how she played the game. And, I mean, she wasn't accepting any of it, but, I mean, that's another thing. I'm like, this is not the CT we know from our 20 years ago, you know? Yeah. So, but, I mean, I think that they did just want to split the money between the two of them. As soon as they said MJ, I'm like, you bastards.
There was a lot of communication going on across the fire between Trishelle and CT. Like, I'm sure they talked ahead of time about how things were going to go down. They were communicating a lot, like, at the fire, just with their eyes. I mean, there was so much. And this, I mean, a lot of people are saying justice for MJ. They feel so bad for her. This might be kind of controversial, but did MJ really play a good game, or did she just kind of fly under the radar? She wasn't a threat and she just kind of coasted into the finals. You know what I mean?
I see where you're coming from on that.
I don't think she wasn't working super hard to figure stuff out. I don't think, but who knows? Maybe she just wasn't vocal about it. Still,
probably that.
She gave us so much.
Yeah.
Especially when she was walking into the room and trying to like get in with Peter's pals.
She's standing there with holding her pants up like a little kid.
You know, that was such a weird outfit.
Yeah. Well.
Oh gosh. And
par for the season.
Lastly, justice for Peppermint. I liked how she explained what it meant for her to be on our TV screens, because most people do not know a trans person, and so her being banished was bigger than like the banishment. Like, it was important for her to stay there just so people could see her on our TV screens. And I was glad that she said that.
I am too. And I'm glad she got some time, a little bit more airtime this time. But I think we would have had a really fun season with her if she got to stay a little bit longer.
I know. So maybe they'll bring her back another season, because
that would be awesome.
Yeah, for sure. All right.
So I can't. When does season 3 start? So I mean,
I guess it's probably going to be like a year from now.
Like, they hate us so much, Sarah.
I know, it's so good. But we could watch the Traitors UK or Australia. That'd be kind of fun.
Okay, that works.
All right, it's time for our segment, Join Me in the Wheelhouse, where we decide who needs to see Captain Kerry for a stern talking to. Kelly, who do you choose this week?
Okay, I've thought about this long and hard. I would like to vote for Tina the Grumpelstiltskin to come up to the Wheelhouse. And Jared will just have to come too because he has a permanent seat up there now. So everybody, come on up.
All right, come on up. That's it for this week's episode of Above Deck. Thank you to our team at Hurrdat Media, especially Grace, Pat, and Danielle. And special shout out to our social media team who's been killing it. Please subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. Please tell a friend and rate and review us 5 stars only.
Do that. Do that. Also, you can follow us on Instagram at Above Deck Pod. You can also email us at abovedeckpod@gmail.com. And don't forget, you can catch us on the Hurrdat Media YouTube channel. Until next week, I'm Kelli Busby.
And I'm Sarah Goldman. See you next week.